I apologize for the pause. I needed to record the call. So if anybody's arriving a little bit late, that's fine. We can start from the beginning. I'm Stephanie Arcady, and this is our third week of the Limitless Vision Conference Call. And as I said, I'm Stephanie, and my incredible partner, Kirsten Barter, is here as well, and she's going to be the special guest and the teacher for today. On this call, we discuss issues surrounding discovering your vision, planning your vision, and stretching your vision. This is about persistence that it will take, the self-discovery that you must do, your personal growth, the encouragement to dream about your desires again, and it's about helping you toward your vision and the possibilities that dwell inside of you. So today's subject is improve your relationship with money. Now let's get something straight right up front. Money is not the problem, nor is it the solution. We make money. Money does not make us. But we want to discuss money and identify our beliefs about money because money is part of your vision. On the document that we're working on, we left off last week with the amount of money that you would like to make by a certain date. This amount should have been determined by your current expenses and your debts. And to truly be free, you will probably need to double that number, triple that number, or even quadruple that number. But it really depends on what your vision is and how fast you want to get there. So did you do your homework? Did you do the calculations? And if you did you get your number? Now that you see that number down on that paper, you have your date, you have your number, do you believe the number? Does it seem realistic to you? That's why it's important that we base that number on your current life so that you can see just how much money it really takes to live comfortably and to live the way that you want to live, such as how much it would take to pay your mortgage on time, how much it would to pay off your credit cards at the end of every month, to have health care, to have the type of insurance that you want on your car, your home, your life, your dental plan that you really want, not just what you can afford, to be able to save, to have memberships that you want, to pay off debts that you want to eliminate, to take vacations that you want to, and to cover the everyday needs of yourself and your loved ones. You need to know that number because it represents all those things, all those problems that you want to resolve, all your assets, all your responsibilities, and all of your desires. It helps you. That number puts things in perspective. It helps you see your why, and it gives you a clearer reason to pursue it. And the clearer something is, the easier it is to walk toward it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and my journey with money. When I was growing up, I didn't want for anything. Unfortunately, my parents were divorced by the time that I was 2. And fortunately, because of that, I got blessed with 2 sets of parents, my mom and dad and my grandparents. I was spoiled. And I thought of money as a tool to get what I wanted, and it was always there to be used. There was never any lack. It was always there, which actually made it easier for me to make it, and I'll come back to that in a second. But my thoughts about money and my relationship with money took a turn for the worse. When I graduated from high school, I had high hopes. I just knew that I was going to college, and I didn't prepare for it in the aspect of scholarships or anything like that. I was really decent in school, and I figured, I would be able to qualify for financial aid and for grants. But my dad made too much, but he didn't make enough to save for my education. And I just did not want to start my life off in debt. I didn't want to take those loans. I didn't want to take all those loans out. And I never really knew debt because my grandparents paid everything in cash. Then I moved out on my own, and my new life started. The second phase of your life starts when you move out of your parents' house. And that life started a dysfunctional relationship with money. Years of having just enough, making just, a little bit more than my peers, but still having an occasional struggle, no security, no real stability, weak credit, and income ceilings that I had to deal with. And I started thinking of money, it changed the way that I thought of money. It went from money was there to work for me to me being there to work for it. Even worse than that, I felt like I wasn't successful if I didn't have money. And like I said, I had a dysfunctional relationship. Your success isn't based on money. We had a company call a couple of Mondays ago, and Layla Black made mention about our personal power, our inner power, and where that inner power comes from. And a lot of people associate that with what they have, what they own, how much money they make. But money is a side effect of the power that lies inside of you. The money follows your personal power. The money follows your vision. The money follows your value. So that comes first. That what comes first, the chicken or the egg? You have to grow inside, and then your bank account will grow. And we know people that have not done it that way, and we scratch our temples and we wonder, how did somebody that's such a jerk, make such money? But believe me, there's something missing in their life. It might not be the money, but it could be the other parts of their life. And when we talk about our vision, we're talking about the whole gamut. We want the money, we want the relationships, we want the connections, we want the quality of life, we want the freedom of time. We want it all. We want it all. So it's important that we touch all those bases. And although I grew up wanting to be rich, subconsciously I didn't really think that it was possible. I thought that I had missed my chance, or I had made too many mistakes or made too many wrong decisions. I began to tell myself to be happy with what I have. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing better than most. Things could be so much worse, causing me to feel comfortable where I was. But something deep down inside of me wasn't cool with that belief. I was desperately trying to feel the way that I did when I was growing up. I wanted to regain my confidence and put money back in its place. There's a lot more to this story, and I'll tell you over time, as you keep joining us on this call. And I do thank you guys for joining us on the call. And I will share more about my story, as well as Kirsten sharing her life experiences and her journey. But you can see my battle that I was having with money, and the ability or the belief that I could even obtain that money. Is your relationship with money dysfunctional? Is it you? Is it the money? Is it your past? Is it your present circumstances? Is it what someone told you about money before you could even draw your own conclusion? Is someone being unfaithful? You know what I'm saying? Are you pushing it away? Or is it your communication with money? Regardless of whose fault it is and where that fault lies, we want to fix that relationship. My good friend and business partner, Kirsten, is going to help you with that. She is going to be sharing with you some information, her experience, and some tips on how you can improve your relationship with money. We were doing our research and getting ready for this call, and we ran across an article in Forbes that speaks on this subject. And we're going to give you some of the points that they made mention. And I want to open it up with the quote and then pass it off to Kirsten. It says, what is the best way to improve your relationship to money? The answer to that is the same as the answer to how you would improve any relationship: through love. You can't enjoy a good relationship without money unless you're willing to love it through thick and thin. This article is written by Mindy, and please avail yourself to that article by Forbes. 15 ways to improve your relationship with money. And now I introduce my best friend, Kirsten. Just one moment while I unmute the line. Okay, Kirsten, you can unmute your line. Hello? Okay, I can hear you now.
Hello? Oh, Wanda from Rhode Island.
Steph?
Hello, Wanda from Rhode Island.
Steph?
Welcome, Wanda. We were just bringing Kirsten in. She's getting ready to give us our lesson for the day to help us improve our relationship with money.
Steph?
Hello?
Hi,
Yes,
Steph?
I'm here. I can hear you now. Yes, ma'am. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
The line was muted.
Okay. No worries.
Okay, sorry about that.
Not a problem.
So Steph was talking about the Forbes article, and I wanted to just quickly just say the Forbes article because it kind of puts it into perspective as a relationship with a person is kind of the love relationship that you want with money. And then I'm going to go a little bit deeper and pull some lessons I've learned from T. Harv Eker and also from Napoleon Hill. So the 16 steps to improve your relationship with money is to pay attention to it. You know, pay attention to it like you would pay attention to your husband or your boyfriend. Make time for it. What you put your focus on is what you put your respect on. Prioritize it. Celebrate the good. You can forgive the bad, and I'll be digging a little bit deeper into forgiveness. Keep a sense of humor about your money. You know, it's always awesome when you hang out with a person who laughs at themselves all the time. Respect it. Don't manipulate it or try power plays. Don't blame it for your bad mood. It's not your money's fault. No quid pro quo. Seek to understand. Don't lose yourself. Recognize the difference between want and need. Seek clarity. That's where the clarity comes into your major definite purpose. You know, once you're clear on something, you can. It's easier to obtain something that you're definitely clear on. Okay, so how many of you would like to have a lot more money in your life?
I would.
How many of you would? Yeah, I know, right? How many of you would like to have a lot more happiness? How many of you would you like to have both?
I'd like to have both.
T. Harv Eker, in his book, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, defines your money blueprint as something, it's how you think, feel, and act about money. And this applies to everyone, how you think about, it's how you think about money. If you have an education or not, it applies to everybody. And he trains people on how to identify your money blueprint that will create your habits, your fears, or your level of financial success. And it's just a psychology that I'm just going to touch on today. According to Eker, most people do not reach their financial freedom nor their full potential. 80% of people will fail because they live in a state of unconscious behavior and only react to situations. So I will take you through what I have learned from Eker now and from Napoleon Hill to uncover your unconscious money blueprint that could mean success in your life. Sounds exciting, eh? I'm pretty excited. By the end of this call, it is my intention to inspire you to examine your own money blueprint and your relationship to money And this is going to be a step towards your vision to reach your potential. You know, for more information, you can also get T. Harv Eker. You can go and buy his book. It's called, if you wanted to write it down, it's called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, Mastering the Inner Game of Wealth by T. Harv Eker. You can also go onto YouTube and you can hear him speaking. And I think you could probably get the audiobook up on YouTube too. Okay, so let me just start with this. First of all, I want to tell you that I'm no expert. Just because I'm no expert, though, does not mean my experience is and what I'm saying does not have value. But I am not an expert on this. I am not a millionaire. I am in the trenches like you in this. I am teaching you what I have learned through my mentors, and I'm willing to walk through with you towards our past, towards our visions and dreams, towards happiness and wealth. And by challenging our limiting beliefs, we can grow together. And that's what this call is all about. Napoleon Hill states that the world is ruled and the destiny of civilization is established by the human emotions. People are influenced in their actions not by reason so much as feelings. The creative faculty of the mind is set into action entirely by emotions and not by cold reason. So the first question I want to ask you is, how do you feel? What are your deep-rooted emotions about money? You know, last week, Steph went through your major definite purpose, and she asked you to write down your freedom number. So I want you to take out that number and just look at it. Or if you're going to do if you weren't on Moxie's call, just think of a number and just look at it. How does that number make you feel? You know, is there fears that come up when you think about it? Is there doubt? Is there excitement? What belief do you have about actually making that number? And Steph kind of touched on that too. When it comes down to the money, the subconscious mind, it will choose deeply rooted emotions over logic. According to Eker, we may be programmed to fail with money based on our experiences. So how do we change this? Well, the first element of change is always awareness, and that's kind of what we're talking about right now. We're becoming aware. If we are becoming aware of our relationship to money, we can change it. The second is understanding. If we are able to understand where this way of thinking came from in our past, we can change it. The third is disassociation. From understanding where our way of thinking came about. Maybe it came from our parents, the way that we saw them interact with money. You know, where it came from. Then we can disassociate from that and see because it came from an outside source. Then that's when we can go and pick a new belief about money. Because we can identify that it came from outside of us, we can realize that it's something we can identify and change. And that's where the fourth step comes in. It's called reconditioning beliefs about money. You know, according to Napoleon Hill, he talks about autosuggestion. And autosuggestion, according to him, is the agency of control to which an individual may voluntarily feed the subconscious mind thoughts of a creative nature, or by neglect, permit thoughts of a destructive nature find their way into this rich garden of the mind. Your major definite purpose, as described by Napoleon Hill, is a statement that he instructs you to read aloud twice a daily. He does that because through auto-suggestion, you can reprogram your mind and your money consciousness. The written statement of your desire for money and to see and feel yourself already in possession of the money is what you're instructed to do with your major definite purpose. By following these instructions, you communicate the object of your desire directly to your subconscious mind in a spirit of absolute faith. It's through repetition of this procedure you voluntarily create habits favorable to your efforts to transmute that desire into its momentary equivalent. Okay, so let's just take a step back right now because I can hear my sister's voice in the back of my mind when I'm talking about money. And her voice says, why do you always have to talk about money? Why is money so important to you? There's more to life than money. Perhaps you relate to that. Maybe you've heard that before. Let's just take a second and just discuss this because my sister's just nagging at me in my head right now. Through the teachings of Napoleon Hill and through the T. Harv Eker, we know that our past conditioning leads to our thoughts. Our thoughts lead to feelings, and feelings lead to actions. Actions then lead to a result. So I asked my sister's voice in my head, how does this serve me? How does that voice serve me? Like, what does it mean? Does it mean that my sister and I have been programmed to believe that rich are greedy? Is that why there's more to life than money? I've always heard that money doesn't grow on trees, and my dad is a workaholic. Even this past Thanksgiving, a couple of days ago, he worked 2 out of the 3 days that we were there. So I grew up believing that money doesn't grow on trees, and you have to work like a dog to get success. Well, one thing I learned from my mentors is that they actually don't work any harder than the rest of us. It's really how they think. It's their mindset. They got the same 24 hours we do. Here's a wealth principle from T. Harv Eker. Money will only make you more of what you already are. Of what you already are. Do you feel worthy? Do you feel that the value you offer others as an entrepreneur is of momentary value? Here's another wealth principle. Rich people get paid for results. Poor people get paid for the hours they put in. You've probably heard this advice. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job, get a steady paycheck, be on time, work hard, and you'll live happily ever after. Well, T. Harv Eker calls this bull poop. He says that a steady paycheck is good unless it interferes with your ability to earn what you are worth. There's the rub. It usually does. The cost of security of a paycheck is that it comes with a price, and that price is the cost of wealth. Living based in security is living based in fear. And what they are saying is, I'm afraid that I won't be able to earn enough based on my performance, so we'll settle for earning just enough to survive or to be comfortable. That's totally my sister. Rich people believe in themselves. They believe in their value and in their ability to deliver it. Last night I was on the Empower Hour call, and it's this company call that it's a weekly Monday night call where we dial in and get empowered, basically. And the leaders are trainers, the trainers are leaders, meaning that they earn 6 and 7 figures. Last night a guy named David Wood taught us something about letting go. To identify what you're holding on to from your past that may be preventing you from breaking through to the next level or to your success or your goals and in your business and in life. Because giving yourself permission to let go of past hurts or regrets, situations or programming, make room for change. Having your major definite purpose is the first step. It gives you a clear amount for your freedom because our society is based on money. You need money in our society to become you. Like, you need money to live, to eat. When you have the freedom to live a life without the stress of unpaid bills, you have the freedom to accomplish your dreams and your desires. I know for some that may mean going out and doing God's work, or changing your entire family's paradigm and creating a legacy for your family to come. It may mean going out and inspiring others to change the world and creating your own economy. So I'm going to go through a little bit of an exercise right now with you. Let's release right now. Okay, I want you to say this with me. I release my unsupportive money experiences from the past. And I create a new and rich future. Now hold your hand to your heart and say it again. I release my non-supportive money experiences from the past.
I release my money from the past.
And I create a new and rich future.
And I create a new and rich future.
Now say that to all the hurt that you've had, whether it be from people or from dead. Say, I appreciate you. I thank you. I thank you. I forgive you. I release you. I am ready to accept and receive the dollar amount that I have written down as my freedom number for my major definite purpose. I'm going to say that again. I am ready to accept and receive the dollar amount I have written down as my freedom number for my major definite purpose. Now I want you to yell this one. I am worthy. I am worthy.
I am worthy.
There's so much more to cover on this subject on money, but we must leave you now. Join us next week where we will discuss some more issues surrounding discovering your vision, developing your vision, planning your vision, and stretching your vision. This is, of course, the Limitless Vision Conference Call, and I wanted to leave you with this thought. And it's actually a quote from T. Harv Eker. If a 100-foot oak tree had the mind of a human, it would only grow to be 10 feet tall. So stop limiting yourself. And I'm going to give you a call to action right now too. I don't know if you guys have a dollar bill, if you're American, or if you're Canadian. You know, we only have loonies, so we go and grab a $5 bill and a 10 or Sharpie. Go and do that right now. I'll give you a minute to grab a dollar bill and a pen. If you have something around you, if not, you can do this after. And this is something that I learned from a book called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. She's the one that wrote The Secret, and this book is about gratitude. So this is going to be a gratitude thing to do with your money. So if you get your dollar bill, and I want you to write this on the dollar bill. But I am thankful for all the money that has been given to me throughout my entire life. So just write that on your bill. I am thankful for all the money that has been given to me throughout my entire life. I'm going to say that one more time. I am thankful for all the money that has been given to me throughout my entire life. And when you read that on your bill, feel it. Feel the gratitude for all the money that you've been given throughout your life with emotion. And then I want you to go and I want you to tape it to the fridge, right where you can see it. Who cares what people think when they come in your house? You got to stop thinking about. That was one of my big problems. I cared what people think. But now I got affirmations all around my house. I got my bill on my fridge. I'm like, I don't care what people think anymore. It's my life. I'm taking charge. I tape it to your fridge because you go in the fridge every day. Tape it somewhere where you be every day. If you're in your car a lot, tape it to your panel in your car, your dollar bill. And every time you read that and see that money, express gratitude for the money, all the money that you've been given throughout your entire life. So I just wanted to say thank you. This is me wrapping up the call. This is our Limitless Vision Conference Call. I'm going to say this again. Let's break free from limiting beliefs and reach our greatest potential. I know if you are on this call, you can hear, you can feel it, or you can see yourself at a higher level in your life, and that is why you joined us. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm out. I'll see you guys next week where me and Stephanie will continue to expand our beliefs and dig deeper into creating our vision. You guys can also step up and talk and mastermind with us. We'll be posting an event on Facebook. You can write comments. If your comments or questions spark an interest with me and Stephanie are really good discussion topics, we can ask you to jump on and talk on the call too if you're interested in that. But we really appreciate you. We're grateful, and thanks for joining us, guys. See you next week.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, Wanda. Kirsten, I wanted to say one more thing, too, about the call. Under the event on Facebook, I posted several different images and some questions of those images. Everybody that's on the call, and even if you did miss the call, I'll be sending out a message to everyone so that they can listen to the replay. But those images circle around some of the things, if not all the things that Kirsten spoke on, about how people don't like rich people, or they feel like money is going to change them, or they don't have the ability to obtain it, so why even try, whatever the case may be. There are several posts within the event that would open us up for discussion, and if we get enough reaction and interaction on those posts, that will be the main subject of next week's call.
Cool.
All right?
All right, great. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Everybody have a good one.
Thanks for joining.